the deceased?
No.
Most of the time. 99% of the time. Okay? Sometimes she'll draw a picture of somebody that's alive that someone in the spirit world wants to say hello to. Okay? So these are the likenesses of these are photographs given to her later, after she's drawn the picture, with no evidence, they're not allowed to say anything to us, the people that come to see us. We don't let people tell us things. So these are just a few examples, okay, of her portraits. She's drawn thousands and thousands of them. She must have drawn easily 10,000 portraits to date. She's been doing it since 1997. Now when we do it privately, she does these little pictures. Now the little pictures mean things too. And this little baseball here is the size of one of these. And that's the guy's Mickey Mantle signed baseball that his aunt, who is deceased, gave him. Okay? So often they're like little hellos from people in a different way, not having a portrait done, but saying, hey, I'm here too, you know? These pictures here, this is her deceased Uncle Phil's. Can you all hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so this, man standing there, so this is, I said, I'm just Bob. Okay, he's standing there. Do you understand who he is?
Rob.
Yeah, Robert. Robert, Bob, Robert, same name, right? Who's he to you?
My brother.
Dead. Oh, well, that's the guy standing there. I just saw him. The father guy, one for Jason, he stopped talking for a moment, so I looked up and I saw this guy standing there. I said, who are you then? You're not connected to her. You're not standing further back. And he said, yeah, I'm Bob. Did he go like that? I was gone. He said, like that. Saying hi to you. Is he older than you? I'm his older brother, he said. Okay, this is going to move really, really quick here. Glad you came, because he seems to think you weren't going to come. Or you weren't going to make it. Do you understand? Yeah, he's telling me. You need to listen again. For to see you. Oh no. Can you just see that? Did you just drop dead?
No.
Hang on, there's somebody else here, isn't there? Give me a second. There's more than one person here for these guys as well. There's another person that died suddenly as well, who I feel like just dropped dead, okay, who's coming in with him, who's here with him, you understand? It's another male who just, like, collapsed. I feel like I'm gone, like this. Just collapsed, you understand? Alright, there's one picture here. Do you have a brother? He's alive, is he?
No, it's not you.
I just like screw it, don't worry. I just like messing around with it. I get an E name of this person, so he could be like Eddie or Eric, something like that.
The only thing I thought of was some jail time.
of being in jail for a little while?
I don't know. I never saw the phone.
You didn't just change the wipers on the truck, did you? Did anybody just do that? Like, just change the wipers on their vehicle? This is
The
a
back
scratch.
window on my car shattered, and they had to replace the wiper, put it back on the new one.
Look at this picture. I said, that's a damn weird thing to come up with. They said, it'll connect you to the person that I want to connect to. Right, well, what's that?
You had mentioned a yellow house. Me, my mother, and my dad used to go eat at the restaurant in Santa Monica.
Oh, did you? Big yellow house.
I don't know.
Something about it was yellow. They kept saying, oh, it's yellow. When I
My mom wants to get with me when I'm done here before I go back to Vegas to
go eat at the yellow house.
if it's still open.
It's gone. Well, it wasn't last time we were there. All right. Well, guys, then we have to stop, don't we?
I think so.
Come after us too. We get a book too if you're interested in talking to us about the book we did.
About autism.
It's about autism, but it's all channels of people that can talk to us about it. Okay? Thank you. Thank you, guys.
It's novel. Phenomenal event. Originally it was supposed to take place in Los Angeles, as some of you know. And we're here at the wonderful Glen Tavern Inn, which is, I say, infinitely better venue.
Yes.
It's awesome. So, if you don't know me, that's me, or this is me, I'm Brian Patrick. What I do, hey, Linda Vista Community Hospital is usually annex of their third floor annex. Yes, I actually put that in much issues and stop you taking. What do I do? I'm a paranormal investigator and a researcher. My focus is historic locations of public interest. I'm also a technical advisor on film, television, live, this is the strangest thing, live theatrical plays, which is bizarre. And basically, if you got a flip book and you think it's going to be paranormal, I'll advise it. I am the creator of the web series 7.6 Hertz, which had a test run on liveparanormal.com. It is ongoing. I'm building more shows. The test run was to check and see what people want to see. And so I've got that down, and the show is going to happen. It's going to be through another site. I'm also a motion picture producer. In fact, people have told me that's what I am. I don't know about that. The films that I've done have, well, box art that looks a lot like this. The Michaeal pair of shorts. So this is a house on, it's supposed to be paranormal activity that was reported there. Some people reported that the activity was not basically Errol Flynn, but maybe something a little older. So I looked into this thing. This is the closest you can get to the home or where the home used to be. There are 3 plaques on there. Forgive me, I'm speeding through this because time is kind of cut down a little bit. There are 3 plaques on here, and the place is in a very odd position. The place is actually off of Mulholland Drive, just past Shandell Road. This obelisk has no address. It has no street address. It doesn't show up on any map. It's kind of weird. And we're trying to figure out who put this thing here, why it's there. And these plaques on there are even more suspicious. So basically, here's the end of Nichols Canyon Road. This little strip of land, this little brown strip of land here, is the land leading up to where this obelisk is. This was Errol Flynn's tennis court. It's now Justin Timberlake's basketball court.
Half here,
I did
where you feel people's emotions. Have you had a hard time with that over the years? Well, I had a really hard time with that in my 30s. I'd be around groups of people, and I worked at a co-op preschool when my kids were little, and I would sap in all the energy from all the other mothers that were also helping, and I'd end up all bitchy and like by the end of the thing, because they all had all these emotions from just having babies and stuff, So anyway, that's when I kind of figured out if I put out energy right from this point, which is your third chakra, which I didn't even know at the time was your third chakra, which is your emotional chakra. If you force energy out from right here and you concentrate, you can start training yourself to just constantly do it. And it doesn't happen right away. You got to work on it a little bit. But if you constantly force energy out here, you push it out, pretty soon it's going to push out all the way around you. And if you use that technique while you're investigating, that makes a barrier. And I know a lot of people say they put a bubble, mirror bubble with a mirror, white light, whatever works for you is good. But I'm just kind of telling you what works. Sapping in too much emotion, and also having actually somebody come home with you. Let's see what else I got here. Pretty much what can happen, like I said earlier, what can happen with an attachment. And if you guys have a question, just ask me. Just speak up too. So don't be shy or anything. So I just want it to be more of a chat than a this is how it is thing. So anyway, what?
We're talking about protection and investigation. Do you find yourself going and protecting yourself just in places that you maybe know to be haunted, or is it just
everywhere?
Yeah,
I do it everywhere.
Everywhere.
Yeah, I do it everywhere because here's the thing: you don't know what you're walking into, and anything could be anywhere. And what I think is even more dangerous is the places that get investigated over and over again, like Linda Vista, Bobby Mackey's, places where there's people going in there all the time and investigating. You don't know what other people are doing in there when you're not there. There's people that conjure, and that stuff's real. They could be doing scrying, bringing things in that weren't there to begin with. For instance, I was at a location up in Northern California, and I had been there like 8 months before. It was fine. It was a haunted location. You could feel the spirit energy. It was just a normal haunting. I went there 8 months later, and all hell broke loose. Somebody had conjured something in there that wasn't there during that time period. And it was a whole different situation. That was really, I saw a guy fly across the room backwards with his hands in his pockets.
I don't mean to interrupt you, but we're from Northern California. I want to avoid this place. Can you tell us where it's at?
Broken Bit.
Okay.
Okay. So anyway, prisons, things, mortuaries, things. I have a theory. I was talking about it to Stephen LaChance when I have a radio show on Live Paranormal on Thursday nights called Spooky Kathy, and I just interviewed different people in the paranormal, and there was a shoot, I lost my train of thought. I was talking to Stephen LaChance about my theory, how I think that at these really negative locations, such as a mortuary where there's been a lot of people there over a period of time, in despair, maybe bad things happen, or like in a prison where somebody might get raped or something like that, or a mental hospital where there's a lot of anguish. I do think that the non-human spirits that are negative are attracted to these places because that energy, all that negative energy of despair and sadness and all that gamut of negative human emotion gets trapped in the walls, in the buildings, and I think that they kind of like feed off of it, like that's candy to them because they're negative. They want that negative energy, that feeds them. So those are places where you want to be extra cautious, because it's likely that they're going to be there. Like a haunting in Connecticut that John Zaffis did, where people moved into the house and they found out after they moved in that the basement used to have a mortuary in it, and that one of the children ended up getting possessed. That, you know, that kind of thing, where there could actually be, you know, some negative stuff there because of the negative energy that had been there, you know, over a period of time that they were attracted to. So when, you know, anyway, starts acting strange, what you want to do is you want to get them out of the location, get them outside. And a lot of the time they won't want to go outside because the spirit is now in this body, and they want to like walk around their house and experience being in a body again. So a lot of the times you have to take them by the shoulders and guide them out of the house, because like I've had people, I've been guiding somebody out of the house and they'll turn and walk away from me and go down some hallway, and then you got to go get them and round them back up and get them out the front door. And then, so anyway, so once you get them outside, then you want to do whatever spiritually empowers you to try to get the spirit to leave their body. And it's going to be different for everybody, just like the spiritual protection. What I do is I put my hands on their head, and I literally, with my energy, without taking the energy in, I pull the energy out and pray at the same time. And that usually works. So, you know, but, you know, if you're into smudging or holy water, whatever you feel empowers you to help you with your energy, help the person, that's how you do it. Does anybody have any questions about that? No? Okay.
Do they remember the event?
No, a lot of time they don't. Yeah, a lot of time they do not remember. They'll just have like a space out time. Okay, and then spiritual attachments. That's when you're actually with somebody, you know, and they've got something with them. And I know some people can identify when somebody's got something with them coming along for the ride, where the spirit actually is with them permanently, because they picked it up somewhere due to negative behavior or an investigation, you know, just different ways. And one thing that's kind of interesting is the people that have these, if they are non-human entities that are attached to them, if you're around them or you have them in your house, I have experienced where they actually can drop a piece off, which I jokingly I call it dropping a turd, because it's like a succulent. You know, you got a whole plant that's a succulent, and you take a leaf and you stick it in the ground and you water it, and it starts to grow and it forms a whole new plant. Well, I had an experience one time where a friend of mine had someone over to their house that did have a negative attachment. And we didn't really realize it at the time. And I went over and spent the weekend at my friend's house. And her house never had any activity or putting out and positive energy as opposed to putting out negative energy. You know, there's a reason why it's important to stay positive and put out positive energy and try to be a good person and do things the right way, so you do not attract that negative energy to yourself. Even if people, you know, are negative to you, you know, try to let it go. Try to, you know, understand, you know, people do stuff for a reason, that kind of thing, and have some compassion for them, and keep yourself positive. Guess that's it. Thanks.